Hey everyone, Pupsker here, and today in Warframe, I want to talk about noob traps in the game that are costing you platinum, which are costing you money, okay? I want to save you platinum and money today, so let's get on with it. Starting first and foremost, yes, with buying platinum. Buying platinum outright through this page right here at this pricing, never do it. It is a bad, terrible value, all things considered. You can get 4,300 platinum for 200 Canadian, right? Or you can log into the game, maybe log off for a week, and get a 60%, 50%, 70%, 40%, right? You can get a percent off your next platinum purchase discount through just logging into the game. You usually will get one of these at least every 10 days, right? No matter what, every 20 days pretty much. 60%, 50% type tokens, right? You're definitely guaranteed to get these pretty easily, especially when you log out for a week. When I went to TennoCon, I was gone for what, 3 days? And then I instantly logged in, well, 4 or 5 days actually, and I got a 70% off your next platinum purchase. So never buy platinum. Just never buy platinum not on a discount. It's just such a waste of money when you can buy 4,300 platinum for like $70, $80, $90, right? Yeah, welcome, right? Everyone should know that you just do not want to buy platinum outright through there, right? So keep that in mind. That's a bad deal. Don't do that. If you get the discounts, mwah, splurge out, right? That's the time to do it. But if you don't get those discounts, you're just wasting money, right? Of course, of course. The next general noob trap, I would say, is rushing things in the Foundry. Warframe is a game that really does rely on making money off of your FOMO at least a little bit because of stuff like the Foundry. If you don't know, Warframes, weapons, things like that take sometimes 1 day to build. Warframes, pretty much 3.5 days to build, right? You got to build the blueprints, which take 12 hours, and then you have to build, well, the parts from the blueprints, and then you have to build the Warframe itself, which takes a full-on like 3 days. So that's a pain in the butt. And Warframe knows that you'll want to get your Warframes and weapons fast. So they charge like 20, 30, 40, 50 platinum. There's differing platinum costs, but I think it's generally around 20 or so for rushing things in the Foundry, just to make money off your FOMO. So if you're building things in the Foundry, just mass build everything. Pick up as many blueprints as you can in the market or what have you, and just build everything at once because, dear God, Warframe can make so much noob trap platinum off of you by just rushing items, and it can get kind of rough sometimes, right? Kind of rough, so just generally wouldn't bother with that. Of course, if you really want something right now instantly, it's like whatever, it's up to you, of course, but it just feels bad buying or like rushing thing from the Foundry for like 100 platinum if it's a Warframe, all 4 parts pretty much, right? It feels so bad when you can just buy the Warframe for an extra X amount of platinum, but rushing has always been like the biggest noob trap, bad platinum, right? So trust me, I have some platinum. So the next general noob trap for platinum and items I want to talk about is Prime Access. As you can see, Prime Access is already a better value than default buying platinum when it costs, like, for the same amount of platinum pretty much, $150. So Prime Accesses are primarily a way for you to buy platinum as well as some cosmetics and skipping the farm. Because if you look at the Soulgate pack, you get Wisp Prime, Fullman Prime, and Gunson Prime. If you know what you're doing, you can farm those within a day or two on release pretty easily. I try to always farm up the primed Warframe day of, and it usually just takes an hour or two. If you know what you're doing, you can easily farm up the primed Warframes. Whereas the glyphs are exclusive glyphs, and the prime accessories are exclusive skins for buying Prime Accesses. And the boosters are nice as well. So when you're buying a Prime Access, you definitely want to primarily really want the skins that come with it, or if you have the money to burn for Warframes if you want to skip farming, or if you just want to buy a ton of platinum, right? They're weird value propositions, but they are decent enough in that regard if you really do need some platinum, you want to skip farming, and you want a handful of skins, right? But It is very expensive, so this is one of those purchases where it's like, well, if you want to, if you have the money to burn, but like 150 bucks for in-game microtransactions, that's like 2 games right there, so it's definitely a once-in-a-blue-moon type of purchase, because, oh god, do they try to just cost you so much money. So yeah, that's what's going on with Prime Accesses, so yeah. Next in Warframe, we have one of the weirdest, scammier things we've seen in regards to Platinum, which is the Warframe Heirloom Collection. Originally, Warframe tried to sell us some skins in Regal Aya and Platinum and all that. Pretty much a slightly less expensive Prime Access when they got almost no Platinum, terrible value. So they were trying to sell us a 92-pack skin with some like cool skins, right? Don't get me wrong, skins were cool, but originally they were giving us 600 Platinum, 6 Regal Aya, and this was all that they were offering us, and they don't even have individual Warframe skin pack bundles, so you are pretty much forced to get a ton of Platinum and 6 Regal Aya. As of right now, this is the biggest Warframe like Platinum, I guess, Warframe scam, noob trap, if you will. Not like scam, but you know, it's 100% a noob trap, right? The skins are cool, but really, if you're buying this pack, you're buying a lot of Platinum and Regal Aya. So if you are planning to get this, you need to know that you should probably want to spend your Regal Aya and want a ton of Platinum, right? If you don't want Regal Aya and Platinum, this pack is just essentially a little slap to the face, right? Because you're spending like 60, or not 60, like $40-$50 on Platinum and Regal Aya, and then you get some 10th anniversary skins. So right now, this is one of the scummier, like worst value things Warframe's added to the game, and it's just, you know, it's just not a good one. So I'd say skip the Heirloom pack, skip that if you don't want Platinum and Regal Aya. But if you do need Platinum and Regal Aya, you think it's a good value, then it's not that bad. So at least they have it there, right? So the next just straight rip off in Warframe is Darvos Deals. Darvos Deals is fast travelable in any general relay, and this is a Platinum shop which sells weapons generally, okay? So here with Darvo, you have the general shop where he straight up sells you a weapon with a weapon slot and Orokin Catalyst, so at least it does include that, for like such a bad value because it's 100 Platinum, when this is one of those weapons where you should just straight up buy the marketplace blueprint and then just build it in your Foundry. It's never a good weapon sold by Darvo. Sorry, words are hard. So I would just never recommend getting anything like this from him, because this is just like a casually whatever, easy, simple early game weapon. Not a good value when you can build this and then just buy a weapon slot and Orokin Catalyst, or build an Orokin Catalyst and buy a weapon slot, right? It's not good value. So all things considered, Darvos Deals, 0 out of 10, right? Terrible, awful. No. Speaking of Darvo, we have in-game Warframe trade chat. So trade chat in Warframe, I think, might have to be separately enabled in your settings. There are a couple of chats like that, but maybe trade chat's just open in general. The thing about Warframe trade chat is everyone is just yelling out prices. So if a price isn't really too bad, or if you don't think it's that bad, you can go for it and buy it, right? But people in trade chat do tend to overprice their items a little bit, right? Very expensive sometimes, Rivens, Arcanes, Primes, and that's one of those things you'll have to accept, right? So you could always go on an alternative website like Warframe.market, find people on there to trade and message them. People in trade chat, half the time, if they're going too expensive anyways, try to haggle with them. People in trade chat can be crazy anyways, so literally never care what they say, because you might just get cussed out randomly for no reason at all. 'Tis the way of trading. Yeah, consoles, Switch, worst trading experience. PC is the highest amount of players, so it's a little easier in trade chat for sure, and then it just goes down from there, with Switch being the worst because it's the least amount of players. So on PC, the game's been going for 10 straight years, so prices are pretty cheap, but you can also get different prices. So sometimes it helps to check pricing on here with Warframe.market or with other people, because people can really scam the shit out of you sometimes in trade chat. Usually it's not that bad. Sometimes it's really bad though. See, you got Revenant Prime set for 40 platinum on Warframe.market. Yeah, Warframe.market's the place to be if you want to just casually find some cheaper sets, because people just want to casually sell things and then people just message them, right? I could have hundreds of Warframe and weapon sets by now. If I didn't destroy them, I could trade those down, right? So that wouldn't be that bad, but you got to be careful with trade chat in general, okay? The next thing though I want to talk about is the Warframe Marketplace. So let's take a look, okay? The Warframe Market right here has a wide plethora of weapons and Warframes that you can acquire. Starting off in the game, you want to always click hide items without blueprints and then start buying things from there. You'll see this item, they all have platinum values on them, but when you click onto them, you can purchase the blueprint in order to build these in your Foundry. Warframe is such a troll game with how it markets items in the marketplace, because it gives newer players the idea that you have to spend money on Warframes and weapons, when everything in the game realistically can be farmed and purchased and built one way or another sometimes, right? For the most part. So the in-game marketplace, once you start getting a higher MR, there's the Obex, right? We were talking about that, has such a wide variety of weapons that you will get so many levels of mastery rank just from purchasing everything in here, all as well. So make sure you go to the marketplace, click hide items without blueprints, and buy the weapons here. Then you can look at Warframes in the marketplace, hide items without blueprints. Some small amount of Warframes can be straight up purchased their blueprints through the marketplace. Then most of, if not a ton of these Warframes can be farmed up in early game assassination missions. Every general Warframe assassination mission, other than a couple of them, will drop a Warframe as a reward early on in the game on the star chart. Some aren't, or some won't, but so you do want to double check, but a ton of just open area assassination missions from world to world will include a Warframe. So purchase all of the blueprints in here, purchase them one by one, and then find out where you have to farm these Warframes, because most of the Warframes that you can purchase in the marketplace are either farmable through an assassination mission or somewhat of an easier time. Some aren't though. There are 53 Warframes in the game. It is so annoying to farm a ton of them. And now in the game, there is the Duviri experience, Duviri Paradox, where you can farm up a weekly Warframe without having to do the default farm. Instead, it is only the Duviri farm. So you can always save a ton of platinum just farming Warframes in the circuit. So always check if you have Duviri experience, Duviri unlocked, right? I would say the best thing to spend platinum on for newer players is weapon slots, Warframe slots, because those are one of those things that you'll get capped on really early. There are a ton of things now to buy in the marketplace. So let's talk about the generals of the marketplace. There are a lot of like credit one-time purchases and seasonal items, which it's always nice to check. You can always just check hide owned, like hide mastered. You can click onto something to see if there is a different like amount of credits, because things are priced all over the place. But the generals of the marketplace, this is how it works. Do not buy resources from the marketplace, as that is a huge scam. Some weapons aren't the worst value, and some Warframes aren't the worst value because they take a long time to farm. But other than that, I would try not to buy a ton of Warframes and weapons on the marketplace. Cosmetics are generally the best thing to buy because it's cosmetics, right? Skin to win. If you want a skin, it's not a high price, not a bad idea to buy it, right? because like these are pretty dope skins for just 75 platinum. You can get a cool weapon skin for like handfuls of dollars if you want to buy it directly on Tennogen, but if not, the platinum skins will be cheaper, but there's just a lower variety of them, and they're not quite as cool as some of these amazing looking Tennogen skins. So yeah, to each their own. That's how the generals of the marketplace works here. Boosters are one of the more optimal min-maxy things you can get on the marketplace. A 30-day booster for resources, drop chance, or credits, or affinity. Go hard farming for 30 days, and you can get a lot of value out of that. But you can also get these in a lot of general skin packs. Never buy just general alloy plates, like blueprint decoration stuff, or blueprints like this. A lot of these just aren't worth it, unless you can buy it with credits like the Cypher. So hide items without blueprints, right? You can check that sometimes. You can buy Cypher things there. So you do want to check through, and you do want to try and buy the things that cost credits instead of platinum half the time. So yeah, it's always up to you, of course, but I would always say buying general resources is a waste of platinum and should never be done. Companion stuff, half the time is also a waste of platinum, so I wouldn't bother buying honestly anything through there. And a lot of bundles can be decent value if you like the cosmetics and items, but this is more so like a spend platinum just to spend platinum if you want cool cosmetics type of deal, right? Again though, cosmetic stuff or companion stuff, no, I wouldn't bother. Everything else, bundles, prime resurgence, etc., that's up to you, but it's not the best value, prime resurgence at least. But bundles are sometimes okay, like Prime Access. You just really need to take a look at what is included in the bundle, what you're looking for, and then buy from there, right? If you want like platinum, yeah, maybe a Prime Access bundle's not a bad idea. If you want just skins, maybe like skin bundles aren't a bad idea. But other than that, yeah, it's always up to you. Last, but definitely last not least, I wanted to talk about how bad of value Regal Aya is. Regal Aya is the new premium currency Warframe has introduced into the game. You can buy 3 Regal Aya for 21 Canadian, well 22. You can buy 7 Regal Aya for 42 Canadian, or you can buy 15 Regal Aya for 82 Canadian. Think of Regal Aya as platinum, but much less use and worse pricing value, right? It is like shitty platinum, and that is not a good thing. Oh god, I accidentally took a screenshot. So Regal Aya is essentially bad platinum, because what can you buy with Regal Aya? Well, for 10 Regal Aya, that's right, 10 Regal Aya, you are able to buy a Frost and Mag Prime dual pack. You can buy a dual pack of Warframes, and this includes a bunch of stuff. Essentially, the Warframe Prime Warframes and weapons, and their skins, and some extra stuff like Titan Extractors, worthless, but whatever, Boar Prime, Docker Prime, right, more Extractor Primes, cosmetics. These are only really a good value to buy if you really want some of these cosmetics, and if you're like super lazy to farm the primes. They're essentially a prime access without the platinum, but still incredibly expensive, right? Because the thing is, and of course this is how every premium currency works, it's a huge scam, you can only buy, that's right, no good multipliers of 6 and 10. So the packs cost 10, and then the individual Warframe pack costs 6. So what does that mean? Well, if you look into the shop, if you want to get the 10, you're forced to buy either 1 15 or 2 7s, which is very expensive. And then if you want to get another 10, well, you're gonna have to spend another amount on a bad, like, odd amount of currency, so you could buy a 15 and a 7, but then you'll have some more premium currency left over, and then the only thing you might want to buy is a random crappy armor set down here. But hey, the nice thing about Regal Aya is at least they have it sectioned down here, albeit at a worse value individually for the Regal Aya. If you buy everything individually, it's going to cost you way more and is awful value, but at least they have it there. So hey, it just sucks because Regal Aya is so expensive, and like it doesn't really provide much into the game because platinum has always just been a way better value. Think of it like this. You can go buy platinum on a discount at a way better price buy out all of these primed items at a way cheaper price, like probably under 300-400 platinum for all of these primed weapons and warframes, like Nyx, Rhino, and their weapons. And then you can buy more platinum and buy cooler skins that aren't prime access skins. So yeah, Regal Aya is just one of those new premium currency scammy BS that they're adding to the game. So overall, it's bad platinum value unless you plan or really need to buy like everything. So hey, if that's value to you, that's value to you. As always, it's up to you, so spend your money however you choose to spend it, right? You're an adult or human with access with money. It's all up to you. All in all, right? I think in Warframe, good value is Warframe and weapon slots because you want to use a wide variety of Warframes and weapons, and then just whatever skins and general items you find value out of. It's not bad to buy a Warframe or weapon here and there, but it's just probably not worth it buying it from the marketplace when you can buy it cheaper from a person. So that's the annoying thing about Warframe. It's always many times cheaper buying it nowadays directly from a person instead of the marketplace. So you just gotta be smart about your choices, and that's how you save money and save platinum. So hopefully this helped. As always, like, sub, favorite, smash that share button, I don't know. Check out all the social medias, Epic Games Store, creator code Pupsker, Twitch, etc. Cheers.